IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. And I've got to say, I'm delighted for the first time to be joined by Kieran Molloy. Kieran, like I said to you before I pushed record there, professional debut on the Taylor Cat on the card. Big show, big fight night, Sky Sports. You must have been happy with the debut, especially getting a stoppage win.
Yeah, I was delighted with the debut. To be making it on such a big platform was fantastic. And to have all of my supporters from back home as well fly over. And yeah, it was great to have the atmosphere. It was a lot different than the amateurs. You know, you had the ring walk, the music. Sky Sports TV was there. So yeah, it was good. And obviously to get the TKO was the icing on the cake. So all went good.
That's it. What you mentioned there, the difference in the ring walk, the music, the cameras, but what else was the difference for you going in the ring from the amateurs to the professional ranks?
I suppose it was my team in the dressing room and stuff like that as well, rather than just one or two coaches. I had my coach Angel and my dad, my brother Colin, my strength and conditioning coach Brendan, and it was just a lot more professional than the usual a show would be. We had our own time slots and we knew what time our ring walk was and stuff. And then just before I went onto stage, the coaches and stuff had to walk around the site. Mm-hmm. And I used to do the ring walk by myself. So it was a lot different. But I had, like the week before, I had went and watched Fraser Clark make his debut. And I sort of had a rough idea what it was going to be like anyway. So, but no, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Good, didn't it? Like I said to you, the pro debut's out the way. A lot of fighters get a little bit nervous with that. But when are you hoping to be back out? Have you got a date lined up yet?
No date pencil in yet, but we're looking as soon as possible. I was hoping to be on this weekend, but that fell through. So we're just looking to get out as soon as possible. We want to stay active. Training, everything's going really well. So I'm ready to fight as soon as I can get out.
Obviously, with Conlan boxing, we've seen Mick headline in New York and stuff like that. Would that be a dream of yours? Obviously, we all know that there's a lot of Irish folk out in that East Coast, that Boston, New York area. Would that be a dream of yours to go out there and maybe fight at Madison Square Garden one day?
Yeah, definitely. We're looking to get out to MSG in June. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and fighting in front of all of the Americans and the Irish fans. I think they're going to really like my style. You know, I come to knock guys out and I've got an exciting, powerful style. So I think America is going to be really good for us. And I can't wait to start the journey out there as well.
Everyone's Irish in America, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of Irish in like Boston, New York area. So
yeah,
look, that's the place we're going to be pushing for.
Definitely. As well, you went with Conlan boxing. I'm imagining with your amateur pedigree and all that, you've had loads of offers. So why sign with Conlan boxing with Jamie and Mick and all them?
It was just the best option for me. They've got massive plans for boxing. They're bringing a big time boxing back to Ireland as well, mm-hmm. which I'll be hoping to headline in shows in Galway once a year. So that's my home city. And they've got great connections. They're a great bunch of lads to work with as well. So I had a lot of offers off different management teams and stuff. But once I sat down with Michael and Jamie, I knew they were the guys who were going to take me to the top.
You mentioned fighting in Galway. And when was the last time there was a professional championship fight in Galway?
I don't think there ever was.
There's never been one?
No, I don't think so, no. And it's a big boxing city. Like a lot of people tune in and watch boxing. They love boxing. We ran a few amateur shows, like internationals back home, and the crowds were always sold out. So I'm looking forward to headlining shows in Galway, and the goal is to someday fight for world title in Pearse Stadium. If
that's the case, I'll be on that plane. I'll be coming over for that. I've got Irish connections, so I'll be definitely coming over for that one. You're a professional. You're training alongside Angel as well. So what's it like in that gym right now? Because we know the superstars they've got in that gym. But you mentioned Fraser Clark, Joshua, and stuff like that. So what's it like training down there in London?
Yeah, it's class. Look, you're feeding off these guys every day. You're learning new stuff. Especially having Angie Joshua in the gym. I just, after my session, we've all got our own slots. So I train first, and my Fraser, then Richard, and then Josh trains. But I stay and watch and learn. These guys, they train like animals. So they're setting the bar high, And for me to come in, obviously I'm new to the pro game, but I know how hard it's going to be to get there, and I'm willing to work as hard as I can to get to the top. And it's great motivation. Like, Joshua's been there, done it, and he sees us on our way up, and he's helping us. He's giving us advice as well. So I'm around a great stable of fighters. And yeah, we're learning every day off Angel as well. He's got like very specific training plans for us all. For each week, we know what we're doing every day. The loading is second to none. And Loughborough Sport as well have been very good to us. They've got world-class facilities. So we've got our recovery down to a T, our strength and conditioning, our physios. So they're helping us out so much. And yeah, it's all going good, thank God.
Yeah, and you mentioned the advice. AJ gives you advice. What kind of advice has AJ gave you then, coming into the pro ranks?
Just the stuff that we're practicing on in training. He's just shown me a few bits like that. Just telling me how I should be, like, saying interviews, stuff like this. He's teaching me bits what I should be saying. Just trying to get me out there as well on how to market myself. And he's given me a few really good pointers, and his team around him as well. They're very good. So they're helping us out a lot in Loughborough.
I heard that you went for a little walk with AJ and stuff like that. What was that like, going for a walk with the champ and just picking his brain, I suppose? What was that like?
Yeah, it's good. Just like, you learn off his experiences and stuff. He just tells me stuff. Look, he's a really normal guy at the end of the day. He's just like me or you. He's pure down to earth, and he's got massive ambitions still in boxing. The way he's even set himself out, like, he could easily just go down the road and buy a mansion and, you know, just live there comfortably. But he's staying in a hotel Monday to Friday, training twice a day. You know, he really, really wants his belts back. And to see how hungry he is after, he's won everything in boxing, and see him still have that hunger, it gives me motivation.
Definitely. Like I said, you've obviously got Fraser Clark there and Reactor. They're all big men, so I'm guessing you're not getting much sparring with them three, are you?
No, we do a bit of body sparring now and then, but it's technical work. But yeah, the first day I came into the gym, like, I was nearly able to walk underneath the bags. They're that high.
What weight are you? You're light middle, are you, Kieran? You're light middle, are you? Super welterweight?
Yeah. I'm super welter, light middle. So
yeah. Is that what you're sticking around for your professional career? You're going to hang around there? Can you get down to welterweight, or is 154?
I think to be the healthiest, I'm going to have to stay at light middleweight. Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to have, like, I'm still sort of building into it, but I feel very solid at this weight. I think it's going to be the one that I'm going to be going forward in.
Just go back on that, the AJ thing as well. Like, you went for a walk with him, but what's it like? Are you starstruck? You mentioned he's down to earth, just like me and you. But when you first met AJ for the first time, what was that like? Were you, obviously he's all over the TVs. You see him on commercials now. He's been on our TV since the Olympics in 2012. That's 10 years. He's been in the limelight. Yeah. Were you starstruck? What was the initial reaction when you met AJ?
I think the first time I see him, I was just like, I knew he was big, but I didn't know he was that big. Like, he's just got, you can see every muscle in his body, just away. And the way he punches, like, it's I don't know, it's crazy the way that he can fight in 10-ounce gloves. That's away. I'm just like, if you got hit off one of those, it's insane how much power he's got. And I see it firsthand in the gym. But like I said, he's so down to earth that after a few days, like, just after chatting with him and stuff, you kind of forget that he is a big superstar until you go outside and you see everyone trying to get pictures with him. You're like, oh yeah, he's Anthony Joshua. He's like one of the biggest athletes in the world. That's the way. So it's refreshing just knowing that he's done all this in boxing and he's still got time for everyone and he's still humble. But once he's in the gym in training times, you can see a switch in him. He's very, very hungry and he's vicious when he's training. So it's good to see him switch it up.
That being said, then, do you feel any pressure training alongside these guys going forward? Do you feel like these guys obviously been there? Well, Reactor's, he's getting there. Fraser Clark, we all know what he done in the amateur scene as well, and he's obviously doing well in his professional debut. But so, do you feel any sort of like pressure to perform training alongside these guys?
No, not at all, because we're all on the same mission. We're all in the exact same boat, because we're training towards these world titles. Obviously, some of us are closer than others, but the end goal is the same, and that's to be world champion. And I know I can do it, so I don't feel a place in that gym. And I know Angel Fernandez wouldn't have taken on someone who he doesn't think will be a world champion. So I've got that world champion mindset already. So all I have to do is keep raking up these wins. And in a couple of years' time, that's why I'm going to be getting ready for my championship fights.
Okay, and one last one from me then. Obviously, you made your pro debut in February. What would you like for the tail end of this year? Where would you like to be?
I'd like to be 6-0 at the end of this year.
And then obviously no date yet, but can we stay watching your Instagram to get a fight announcement soon, a fight date soon?
Yeah, we're hoping to get out within the next 3 or 4 weeks max.
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be soon. We're just waiting on the confirmation. So, but it's looking very likely. So we're training towards those dates.
Perfect. Listen, absolutely, it was brilliant to speak to you, mate, for the first time. Obviously, it'll be the first of many, because if you get that fight in Galway, I'm going to be there. Don't you worry about that. I'll be on that plane.
Come on.
Yeah, listen, if it's in New York, I'll go to New York. I don't mind. But thank you so much.
Come on.
Thank you so much for doing this Fightful TV, mate. And listen, I'll keep my eyes and ears peeled until we hear that fight announcement. And hopefully, good luck with that. And I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Kieran. Thank you, man.
Thank you.